Good evening, and welcome to Mistress Winter's Court and Episode 5 of Ravenwood. I am your humble hostess and producer, Mistress Winter, and I am excited to just go ahead and throw things over to our amazing MC, Abby.
Hello, everyone. I'm Abby Marie Carter, your Mistress of Ceremonies for Ravenwood. If you want to connect with me, I am in the Mistress Winter's Court Discord at Abby Marie Carter, and if on Instagram at Abby_Marie_Carter. I'll tell you a little bit more about me and what I do besides this at the end of the session. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate so much your continued support and coming to watch this story unfold with us. If you're new here, let's go ahead and introduce our cast, starting with Juicy.
Hi, I'm Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen and super nerd. I am playing our good muffin of a werewolf, Bobby Gunderson from Wisconsin, and I'm super excited to be here.
Thank you so much, Juicy. We're always so excited to have you. Let's go to Stouffer next.
I am Stouffer. I am playing Amity, the stranger in a strange land from an even stranger land, the Fae, and for socials, you can find me in Mistress Winter's Court Discord.
Amazing. Always wonderful to have you, Stouffer. And last but certainly not least, Emma.
Hi everybody, my name is Emma. I am an aspiring voice actress and TTRPG content creator with Tabletop Tailspinners Network. And tonight I'll be playing Mika the Infernal. And as always, I'm super excited to be here too.
Thank you so much, Emma. We're so excited to see what you do with Mika, as always. We also have another player, Alex, who plays a resident ghost, Damon Fullerton, but unfortunately, due to some sudden scheduling conflicts, he cannot join us tonight. But that is okay. We will just bring him back into the fold for our next session. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's session. Last episode of Ravenwood, the group discovered the missing vampire Carter's dead body in a storage closet just off of the headmistress's office. They also found the body chopped into pieces, and Amity thought to pick up one of the arms. Mika also discovered a feather, specifically the feather that her master Grimm had been requesting for her to get. The party then decided to split up so somebody could keep watch in case somebody came into the room. Damon chose to go and keep watch, and Bobby, very shortly after, joined him. While they were out there, they noticed that Dr. Lila was quickly arriving and coming towards the storage closet. Damon went and alerted Mika and Amity, while Bobby distracted her. Since Damon is a ghost, he could very easily get out of this situation, as he can turn invisible and fly through walls. So he didn't really have a problem, but then Mika and Amity did. In order to solve this problem, Amity brought Mika into the Fae Realm, where they had an interesting moment together, where Amity showed Mika their tree house where they go to get away. They met up with Amity's auntie Opus, who discovered that they had brought one of the body parts, the arm that Amity had been holding, with them, and she became very concerned and worried over this, and she seemed to know something that she wasn't quite letting on. Meanwhile, back in the mortal realm, Bobby distracted Dr. Lila by telling her that Damon had been ill. Dr. Lila revealed to Bobby that Damon's roommate, Dominic, was missing, and asked that Bobby go and tell Damon. Damon also discovered that his sister, Emily, had come to visit campus for reasons unknown. At least what she says is she just wanted to give him a surprise and see her big brother. Bobby then informed Damon that his roommate is missing, And Damon and Emily went back to his dorm to try and find a lead on where his roommate might have gone. And Damon discovered that Emily had a raven feather in her back pocket, and it reminded him of his own death. Bobby went off and met up with Jonathan, who at the Corvus Cup, who was seen entering with Emily just before he entered. Jonathan and Bobby then became an official couple and went back to Jonathan's room to spend the night together. They also found out that classes would be canceled the next day. And then Mika and Amity showed back up in the mortal realm, only to discover that 2 days had passed. And that is what happened last episode on Ravenwood. For today's episode, let's start with Bobby. So we'll pick up right where we left off. You and Jonathan have gotten to his room and are, I'm assuming, in the midst of a pretty heated makeout session.
Oh gosh. What I don't.
Hey, take a breath. It's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of this before. And last night was fun and all. I don't know what else you like. I don't know what I like. What do you like?
You don't know that anyone's really ever asked me that before. Kinda into most things, honestly. I'm far more interested in what you're into, though.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was fun last night. I wouldn't mind more of that, at least to start, and we can take it from there.
That sounds like a good idea, and if you want something else or want to try something, just let me know.
I mean, if you wanna be on top this time, that'd be cool too. I mean, I kind of took control, but if you wanna, I'm okay with trying that.
That works for me. I'm a bit of a switch, if I do say so myself. So if you want me to take the lead this time, I have no problem doing that. But you also seem to enjoy taking the lead.
Oh, I did. But
He'll lean very close to you and kind of be right at your ear and just send a whisper and just, do you want to take the lead again?
Yeah, I think I do. And I think Bobby will grab him by the throat and push him down. And
Okay.
I think just run his nose along his jawline and then bite his ear. Can I turn him on?
I was about to say, I think I need a roll to turn someone on.
Yeah, I think so too, you know? Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Well, hold on. So, no, that's +2, that's a 6.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Doesn't
no.
like the earlobes touched.
Well, I will say to any of our viewers, if you have the channel points and would like to use them in order to give our poor little werewolf a forward, that would get him up to a 7, which would be a success with consequences, as we like to say here in Monster Hearts. Oh, thank you, Vampire Bites. All right, Bobby, you just gained 1 forward. I'll let you go ahead and use it on that roll, which gets you to a 7.
Yes.
Which is a success with consequences. So I will let you choose, as this is an NPC. So
Yeah.
either Jonathan can give you a string, or fully give himself to you, promise something he thinks you want, or get embarrassed and act awkward.
I think. Oh, this is tough. I think I'm going to get a little awkward. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to do that, and it's going to work. But I'm going to just say, like, do you like that, do you? And it's just going to be too goofy. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, it just doesn't work this time. Not quite well enough, but he's into it, maybe.
Yeah, Jonathan definitely has a reaction to it. He is enjoying what you're doing, but just you were so aggressive in the moment, and then you're not quite there with your voice yet. It's just kind of, you're definitely still asking for his permission and guidance. You haven't quite taken
Validation.
control yet. Yes.
Yeah.
And so when you ask that, he just kind of turns away, covers his mouth to laugh, and then quickly turns back and is like, "No, I'm sorry. You're doing great. I do like it."
Okay. Okay.
Just, I'll let you know if I don't like something. I'm pretty open. I don't know that there's something you could do that I won't like. But I'll let you know. You don't need to keep asking me. Just you take what you want.
Okay then. All right. You sure? And Bobby's claws are just gonna go right down his chest, and a little blood's gonna come out.
Jonathan will let out a little yelp. He was not expecting that, but he is surprisingly into it. And he'll kind of arch up when you do that, just like nod at you, eyes big. And like, yeah, I like that.
And Bobby's gonna lick it up. Yeah.
He will let you, and as he does, his hands will run up your back, and he'll like press you against himself, and let out kind of a little whimper. And just as this happens, as you guys continue to get more heated and take it further, your phone starts ringing, and it's not like a phone call; it's a FaceTime.
Oh god. And I think Bobby just unconsciously grabs the phone. It's like, hold on a minute, I'm sorry. And then he'll just like go off to the side and like answer it without thinking.
You press the answer button, the green little button, and immediately on your screen appears your mother, who has a very worried look on her face because she hasn't really heard much from you in the last 24 hours, which is not normal. And she's just, "Oh, Bobby, you finally answered. Are you okay?
Oh god. Hi, Mom. Hi.
Am I?
And he's gonna like turn.
Interrupting something?
What? What was that?
You seem a little out of breath. Am I interrupting something?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine. Just worried about my sweet little boy.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. What's going on?
I just wanted to check on you. You were hanging out with your friends, and I didn't want to bother you, but then I hadn't heard from you, and I was getting worried.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. School's canceled tomorrow.
Oh, why?
I'm not quite sure. I think someone went missing on campus.
Somebody is missing. Are you okay? Are you safe? I will bring you right home.
No,
if
no,
you're not
I'm
safe.
fine. I'm fine, Mom. I'm just fine. Don't worry about it.
She'll continue on
Mhm.
with the like, I will bring you home, and it's not that long. We can bring you home early. I don't like you being
No,
so
no,
far
no.
away anyway.
I'm just fine at school. Don't you worry. Things are good here.
Bobby Gunderson, what is that on your neck?
Oh my god. Nothing.
Don't you lie to your mother. What's on your neck?
Bruise.
And how did you get that bruise?
Not sure.
I think you're lying to me. Are you lying to me? Are you lying to your poor old mother?
No.
I'm just worrying for you. Bobby, did you meet a girl?
Oh no.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I did.
Oh, my sweet boy's met a girl. I never thought this day would come. Tell me all about her. Oh, were you with her now? Did I interrupt something? You know you need to be safe. We've talked about this. Use protection.
Yes,
Do you
Mom.
understand me?
Yes, Mom. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Okay, well, next time you tell me all about her, okay?
Okay.
And maybe you can bring her home for Christmas and we can meet her. My little Bobby's all grown up.
No, I think she's Jewish. I'm sorry.
You can bring her for Hanukkah. It's right.
We'll talk about it later, okay?
Yes, we will. Have fun. Hi, Bobby's girlfriend. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, bye, Mom.
Bye, my sweet boy. And she'll
Okay, bye.
immediately hang up.
Oh my god.
Jonathan is sitting on the bed, and he's been watching you this whole time. And right now he has kind of a blank look on his face. Yeah.
I'm. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Oh god.
Would you give me a roll to keep your cool?
Sure. That's not good. That's 4.
Oh no. Well, mark experience.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You get to mark experience. Reminder for everyone: you get to mark experience every time you fail a roll, which is
Oh god.
very fun.
Oh god.
So, Bobby, you having had this moment with your mother, having just lied to her, and this is like the first time you've ever lied to your mom.
Mm-hmm.
You've maybe hidden things from her before, but you've never outright lied to her. And to lie about having a girlfriend in front of your very new boyfriend.
First boyfriend.
Yes, first boyfriend, who you two have been boyfriends for. You just made it official.
Like
you just
3 hours ago. Yeah.
You are starting to kind of panic.
Yeah.
And Jonathan is continuing to just stare at you.
I think Bobby is gonna start putting his clothes on and run away. He's gonna run into the woods.
All right, give me a runaway roll.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, wait. Runaway is volatile?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 7.
7. All right. You get so success with consequences. We love.
Yes.
So you're gonna get away, but you have to choose one.
I'm leaving
you
my
run
phone
into
behind.
something worse. What are you leaving behind?
My phone.
All right. Okay. So as Jonathan just kind of stares at you, his emotions are pretty obvious in his face. He's definitely feeling conflicted, and his eyes are just boring into you. You can't take it anymore. So you turn and rush out with your tail between your legs. And
Literally.
Yeah,
it's literally, yeah.
Run as fast as you can away from there. Unbeknownst to you at this moment, leaving your phone behind. As you do leave, Jonathan tries to call out to you, but it falls on deaf ears. And you head towards the forest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only place I have solace. Yeah.
The forest is very familiar to you. This is where you go during full moon. Not really the forest in general. In the forest, there's a bit of a sanctuary type place where the werewolves can go during the full moon, that you would be familiar with as you've experienced a couple full moons now at the school.
Was it the island in the lake, or was it somewhere else?
Let's say, yeah.
Okay.
It's the island. There's an island in the lake, and that's kind of, everyone knows not to go there during the full moon. There's like a bridge to get there, but the connection to the land and the rest of the campus can be essentially removed during the full moon, so that you all are sequestered and safe from people who might get after you, and you guys won't accidentally attack anyone while you are in this feral state during the full moon.
Yeah.
So are you going to the forest in general or to that island?
I think there's a clearing somewhere. And because it's near but not quite the full moon, I'm going to use one of my werewolf moves, Spirit Armor.
Okay.
So when basked in moonlight, any harm that I can suffer is reduced by 1, and I add 2 to any rolls to keep my cool. So I'm going to just sort of leverage that to just chill out a little bit and think. Once I can calm down, which is probably going to take a while, but I'm going to sort of sit in the moonlight, the middle of the clearing, alone, and just try to think about what the hell just happened. In the quiet, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you run to this clearing that you've been to before. It's not... You know where it is. It's a place where you tend to take solace. Because it's quiet, it's open. At this point, when you met up with Jonathan, it was probably afternoon, but I would assume y'all spent several hours together getting to the level that you did. Foreplay, so to speak, and this all comes crashing down. And it being October, it gets dark early. So the moon is not fully up, and it's not the full moon yet.
Yeah,
but it is so close.
And if my mom was up, there's probably an hour, because it's Wisconsin's probably an hour behind, so it's probably 9:30 at night. It's my guess. So it's not crazy late, but it's early enough for the moon to be. Yeah, that makes sense.
And you get out there, and this clearing is clear of trees, and the moon is high enough now in the sky where there's just kind of there's not a cloud in the sky tonight. The stars are out. It's very beautiful, and there's just kind of this beam of moonlight that lights up the clearing that you're able to just stand and bask in.
Yeah, and I think this is something Bobby I've imagined doing back home. Is he's literally going to get naked in the moonlight. There's no one around. And he's literally going to bathe in the moonlight, and just think.
All right.
Yeah.
You do that and continue to get your bearings back. Try to calm yourself down, thinking about everything that just happened and the repercussions of what just happened.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah.
And as you sit there for a while.
Hmm.
After a while, you start to hear some rustling in the woods, as if around the clearing, as if someone's there.
Hello? Who's there?
You don't hear an answer at first.
Hello? And if no one responds, I'll probably walk over there.
Okay. As you walk over there, you begin to see this shadow of a person kind of hiding a couple trees into the tree line. And suddenly a head pokes out, and you recognize this to be another girl from your humanities class and your fellow werewolf, Eloise.
Oh, hi.
Hi, I didn't mean to interrupt whatever you were doing. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just thinking, spend a night, Eloise, right?
Yeah. And you're Bobby?
Yeah, we haven't talked much.
No, but we've seen each other around. We have the class, and then werewolf
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah. What are you doing out here?
I just like being out in the moonlight, and in the forest, this close to the full moon. It's gets me ready for the transformation and stuff.
Me too. It helps me think, especially this clearing, because it just lets me bathe in the moon. Oh, sorry, I'm naked.
It
It
doesn't
lets me
bother
think.
me.
Yeah, I mean, when we transform, it's all naked and fur, anyways.
Yeah.
You can come out here if you want. It's fine.
She'll very timidly kind of peek more around the trees and take some steps towards you. Pretty nervous. She's fairly shy in class. When she's gotten answered questions, she usually stutters out an answer. She does not like being on display. So she's kind of a skittish girl. Yeah. So she'll take a couple steps towards you and just. So, you okay? You said you're kind of just dealing with some stuff. It's been a night. Do you need to talk? I don't know. Maybe that's weird.
Maybe it'll help. I don't know. I might have screwed up my first relationship. Maybe. I don't know. My mom called when I was with Jonathan, and she didn't see him, but she did see this.
Oh.
Asked if I was with a girl, and I said yes.
Oh.
And he looked hurt. I didn't know what to say. Kind of freaked out, ran away. I don't know what to do now. But I should, at some point, go find him, huh?
Probably. It'd probably be a good idea for you to fix things with him, or at least talk about what happened. I don't have a lot of experience in this area.
Yeah, me
But,
neither.
you
Yeah, I don't
know,
know.
if he likes you enough, maybe it won't matter.
I don't know. I'll find out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would assume you kind of have to. I mean, you'll have to
One
see
way or
him
another.
eventually. At the very least, you'll have to see him in class.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? What's going on with you?
Nothing. Nothing's usually going on with me. I'm just the people are a lot. So I like to be out here by myself.
Yeah. You know, I don't know a lot of other werewolves.
Neither do I. I mean, sort of. I come from a family of them, but it's just me, my mom, my dad. And it's just us. And we weren't really around other werewolves. We kind of lived with ourselves, by ourselves. And then I came here, and there's other werewolves, but I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't have any others at home. They're just human.
That must be really hard.
They just don't understand. That's just how they are.
No, I'd imagine not. It's hard for people to understand when they don't go through it every month.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, if you ever need or want someone to talk to about werewolf stuff at school or during breaks when you're home and you don't have a werewolf to be around, you can. I'm here, and I can give you my number, and you can text me, and we can talk.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hold on. Let me go get my phone.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
This
Oh.
would be the moment that you realize you don't know where your phone is. You take a second to kind of think about where it could be, and you realize that when you set it down after finishing the FaceTime call with your mother, it is still in Jonathan's dorm on his bed.
Okay. I think I need to get going. I think I left my phone at Jonathan's. So I got a lot to do. I'm gonna go put my pants on and go back.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, if you need anything, I'm here.
Thank you.
I'll probably be out here for a little while, and worst case scenario, we'll see each other on the full moon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And in class.
Yeah, and in class. So just I'm here. And having a werewolf friend, it's nice.
Yeah, actually. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. And
Yeah.
now go fix things with your boyfriend.
Well, we'll see if I still have one. Who knows at this point. Thanks. I appreciate it.
And she'll kind of walk back into the forest.
And Bobby will put his clothes back on and make the real walk of shame back to Jonathan's and see what the hell happens. Ugh.
Right. So you're going back to Jonathan's dorm?
Yeah. Ugh.
Alright. How are you feeling right now?
He's really, really worried about having hurt Jonathan. And he does not know what comes next. And he's really feeling like he just kind of has to face the music there. He's expecting that he's just a failure at this point. He's expecting the worst case scenario, but he doesn't know.
Okay. When you get back to Jonathan's dorm, you find that, like, sitting outside of the door is your phone.
Oh. Okay. he'll knock on the door.
You don't get an answer.
Okay. Then he'll just send a text saying, "I'm sorry." And he'll walk back to his.
You'll receive a text pretty quickly after that says, "I just need time." And that is where we're going to leave you, Bobby. So you will kind of spend the next day doing whatever you want to do. You will realize that Mika, you haven't heard from Mika or Amity. You're able to get in contact with Damon, but you don't hear anything from Mika and Amity. It's almost as if they've disappeared. So yeah. So the entire Friday, you don't hear anything from them. You don't hear anything from Jonathan, even if you try to reach out. And yeah, so that is where we will leave you. Mika and Amity, you have just arrived back in the mortal realm, just outside of the storage closet where you were when you entered the Fae Realm. And you have looked to the side to see a little pull-away calendar that Dr. Lila has in front of her office, just outside the door. And it reads that it is Saturday, and you left on Thursday.
Mika will kind of stare at it for a moment. It doesn't register for her immediately that she has lost 2 entire days to what felt like 5 minutes in the Fae Realm. And so as she sort of puts the picture together in her head of that brief fading moment led to 2 whole days of her being missing, the thoughts kind of cross her mind like, is my sister worried about me? Oh my god, everyone in our study group. And she looks over at Amity, her eyes wide, and is like, has this happened before when you've gone back and forth?
Amity still has, or rather the Fae Realm still has a bit of a hold on Amity, and as you're looking over, like, you can see the long hair that grew while they were there starts to like kind of fall away like leaves, and the sundress that they were wearing kind of also falls away, leaving the loose muted red shirt and faded jeans that they had been wearing the day that you had all left. And they have a long stare, glassy-eyed kind of look that they are like internal processes are kicking on, but when you speak, they focus on you for a second, kind of blinking, and time is weird. This is the only response you get.
Yeah, you can say that right. Wow, okay, thank you for getting us out of that. I need to go call my sister.
Just as you say that, your phone starts pinging like crazy.
Oh, shit. And she's going to reach down and pull it out of her pocket and see how many missed calls and texts she has.
So many messages from your brother, especially from your sister, over the last 48 hours of just like, your sisters are mainly like, oh, or like, are you out somewhere? Just like, let me know. I want to know you're okay. Increasingly getting more concerned. Where the fuck are you? What's going on? does this have something to do with, the thing you're connected with? Mika, answer me. You have a bunch of missed calls. You also have some like random texts and messages. You have an email from the school and probably a text message as well, saying that classes had been canceled that Friday. You have some texts in the group chat from Bobby and Damon, just kind of asking, y'all good? Did you get away? Of course, they become a little more concerned, but by and large, the most text messages you have are from your sister.
Okay. She's immediately gonna step away and call her sister.
Okay. It barely rings before your sister is on the phone and like, oh my god, Mika, are you okay? Where the fuck have you been?
I'm fine. It's okay. It's a very long story. But
you're okay.
yeah, I was with one of my friends from the study group. They're from the Fae Realm. They wanted to take me there to visit. Time is wonky in the Fae Realm. Apparently, I didn't realize
went
that.
to the Fae Realm. Do you know how dangerous that is?
Yes, but they're from the Fae Realm. It's fine.
But
sis.
You're not.
I got coaching. It's okay. I didn't eat anything. I didn't touch anything, accept anything.
Good.
I'm fine.
You're okay? When are you coming back to the dorm? I have been worried sick. I just got done talking with Dr. Lila and just got back from talking to her because I couldn't fucking find you. I thought you disappeared like the other people.
Wait, did you report us missing too?
I said I didn't know where you were.
Okay. Cool. Do I have her email? I would probably have her email, so I could probably... And she's kind of talking to herself as she's thinking about these things, so her sister is hearing it as well. Yeah, I'll handle it. I'm coming back in a few minutes.
Okay, I'm just sorry. I didn't mean to freak out on you. I'm just so glad you're okay.
It's
I
okay.
was so worried.
I didn't mean to worry you. Why were classes canceled yesterday?
Because somebody else went missing.
Who?
I don't really know. Some fucking... I think he's a siren. I don't know. I don't know him.
Okay. Weird. Well,
Yeah, they just wanted us all to be safe, I guess. I don't really know.
Got it. That's fair. Well, as long as we won't have any other crying significant others in our dorm, I guess that's cool. I mean,
I don't...
That sounds so insensitive, but...
No, you're good. I don't know who this one is, and I don't know anyone connected to him. I think his name's Dominic. I don't really know. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
Was it Damon? I think it starts with a D. I don't really remember, but I don't
Damon's
know him.
Damon's my study partner. I would know if he was missing.
Well, you've been gone for 2 days, so would you really?
She looks at her phone, sees the texts from him. Well, yeah, because he's been texting in our group chat, so...
Okay. Maybe it's Dean, or Derek, or... Maybe it is Dominic. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Just please come back so I can, see that you're okay with my own eyes.
Yeah, give me 20 minutes to finish up here, and then I'll be back.
Okay. I love you.
Love you too, sis. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Mika, as you stepped away, you wouldn't have noticed, but Amity, you would notice that the door to Dr. Lila's office is slightly ajar. And as Mika steps away to take this phone call, the door swings open, and Dr. Lila is standing there and just staring at you, Amity.
Amity's still kind of in a weird head fog. kind of stares back suspiciously. Her thoughts kind of turning towards like the body being in the supply closet next door and like all of that stuff, which is fresh for them, and so now seeing Dr. Lila after that can't really hide the suspicion on her expression.
Okay. Dr. Lila will just, Amity, dear, where have you been? Somebody, well, I haven't seen you, and we've been going around checking all the students because of things going on. Another student has gone missing. I feared the worst.
Amity kind of takes like a moment to continue to stare and eventually says, "I'm fine."
Where have you been?
Amity is going to stare again, but then instead of answering, go to the supply closet door and try to open it.
It is locked.
Then she'll turn back and shrug with like one shoulder around. And now she like keeps her back to the door, keeps an eye kind of on Dr. Lila, but is actually starting to like pay more attention to Mika's conversation. At least partially.
Dr. Lila will kind of follow where your attention seems to be, and she'll see Mika and just, oh good, she's okay too. You both are fine. Like I said, I feared the worst. And as soon as you get off the phone, Mika, you will see that Dr. Lila is standing there, staring at now the both of you, and just, Mika, dear, your sister's been worried. I was worried. I feared the worst. Where have you been?
Oh, Dr. Lila, I'm so sorry to worry you. I just, Amity and I were...
Amity's gonna try to stop Mika from saying anything about the Fae Realm. If that's where you're going.
And so they're gonna step up to you and grab your hand. And just kind of like hold it.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna need a shut someone down roll.
Yeah. 7 plus, what is shut down?
I think that's cold.
Cold would be -1, so 6.
Oh no!
So, this comes across to you, Mika, as simply Amity stepping towards you and taking your hand. You're not really sure why. It kind of seems to be almost like a solidarity thing from your perspective.
Okay.
Amity, you're like trying to communicate without words, flashing your eyes, grabbing her hand. She is not getting it. Mika is not getting it at all.
Yeah, and just
But
completely
also,
missing
that
all
is a
the
failure,
social
so
cues.
please mark experience. Please continue, Emma. Mika.
Okay.
Sorry.
And as Mika completely, like, misses all social cues, telling her, hey, don't tell the professor where we were, she goes, oh, it's fine. Amity and I were just talking about the Fae Realm, and they wanted to show me, and yeah, I didn't realize that time was so weird there.
Yes, the time in the Fae Realm, it can be very different. You went to the Fae Realm.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Well, as we've discussed, time in the Fae Realm works differently than it does in the mortal realm. So a minute there could be 2 days there, or sometimes even less time here. It's I don't really understand it myself. Fae smarter than me, I'm sure, understand it, but I don't. But yes, time is different in the Fae Realm. Mika, I'm sure your sister would love to see that you're all right. Would you mind stepping into my office? I'd love to just have a little chat.
Oh, Okay. And Mika's gonna kind of look over at Amity, like,
They are gripping your hand really tightly. And kind of more stoic than they normally would be, but they'll nod.
and with that, Mika will be like, all right, yeah, I just got off the phone with her, but I should probably call my brother too. Have a good day, Dr. Lila.
Have a good
And
day, Mika.
and she'll kind of, on her way, as she's sort of letting go of Amity's hand, kind of like squeeze it and be like, I'll see you later, Amity.
Amity is reluctant to let go, but doesn't say anything.
And that Mika will exit out the doors.
Amity. Dr. Lila gestures to her office.
Amity will. Amity doesn't want to go in first, but doesn't know a way to get the doctor to go in first. So they're like a weird standoff. They'll go in.
Yes, Dr. Lila is very clearly waiting for you to enter her office first. And once you're inside, when you were inside before, she mostly closed the door. After this time, she closes the door fully. Doesn't lock it or anything, but she does make a point to close the door behind you. And as soon as you're inside and the door closes, she'll just, so you went to the Fae Realm. Can you explain to me how it works when you use your powers to get to the Fae Realm? You see, it's different for each Fae, as I'm sure you know, and I'm curious as to what yours looks like.
Amity just kind of shrugs. Not sure I've ever paid close enough attention.
But you were able to do it, to get there?
Yes.
No trouble or anything? I've heard that some students sometimes have trouble getting to the Fae Realm from the school.
No.
Well, I'm glad to hear it was a successful trip. What did you do in the Fae Realm? You must have been gone for a few minutes at least, for 2 days to pass here in the mortal realm.
Just
You-
explain some of the differences, and then we left.
Did you happen to see anyone?
I saw Mika.
Did you see anyone else?
Amity can't really hide the confirmation of that. Will kind of narrow their eyes and say, why?
Oh, I'm simply curious. It's been a long time since I've been back in the Fae Realm, and I miss it, and I know people there, of course, so I'm just curious, is all.
I can take you back if you'd like.
Oh no,
if you're
dear,
having trouble.
that's quite all right. It's not so much that I have trouble getting to the Fae Realm as I just haven't been back in a while.
Well, I guess I have things to catch up on, so I should go.
Yes, I suppose you should. Before you go, I would love to meet with you again, maybe when you have a chance on Monday. What's your schedule like on Monday? I'd love to see you. I'd I've been looking for an assistant, an office assistant, and I think you'd be perfect for the role.
No, thank you. Emily's like
Amity,
backing up towards
dear.
the door and going for like a runaway roll here soon.
Okay. I will say that Dr. Lila has been standing mainly behind you. So she is kind of standing between you and the door.
Okay. I guess she'd head towards, not to the door, but like towards the area of the supply closet door.
Okay. Seeing you go for that, Dr. Lila will move away from the door to her office. I don't mean to make it seem like I'm keeping you, dear.
Good.
I think it would be good for you if you did more things outside of class, and I can help you more adjust to the mortal realm, as I've lived here many years, and I think you're
Okay,
having
I'll
trouble
think about it.
adjusting. Okay, I still would like to meet with you soon.
Okay. I think
Are
at this
you
point,
going to?
Amity's gonna at least have to resist running away.
I was about to say, all right, so if you want to run away, give me a runaway, which is with volatile. If you want to resist running away, give me a keep your cool, which is a cold.
What does Dr. Lila say next?
Like if she's left the door, Amity's basically going for it, as smoothly as they can. So
Dr.
if
Lila is, after she says her kind of final thing about wanting to meet with you once again in the coming week, she's just staring at you very, very intently, uncomfortably so.
it'll be a runaway then.
All right.
And runaway is volatile, so I always forget my volatile. Yeah, so 7.
Ooh. All right. Well, that is a success with consequences. So you're going to get away, but you have to choose one. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave something behind.
I am leaning towards a big scene, but I don't know if perhaps there are some people walking by maybe that like Amity could like dart out of the office and kind of run into literally as like a group of students are walking by for whatever reason, and Amity kind of gets tangled up in that and just like runs to the clock tower.
Okay. So you're going with cause a big scene?
Yeah.
All right. So you lunge for the door. You're kind of in this like stare off, like a staring contest essentially with Dr. Lila. And she goes to grab you as you grab the door. She misses you and you yank open the door. And you immediately start running and run into a group of administrators and professors. A couple, one or two trip a little, one like falls. And Dr. Lila is yelling after you to come back. Amity, I didn't mean to frighten you. Doors are opening of professors that are in their offices, people are hearing, and you are just sprinting, the sound of your feet pounding on the tile floor as you sprint out of there, the door slamming closed behind you, and you sprint to the clock tower.
Amity will be very like just like out of sorts and just find like a corner to curl up in somewhere hidden.
You curl up in the corner of the clock tower, your favorite corner that you find comfort in. And just like you had, it took you a while to adjust back to being in the mortal realm and for all of the Fae stuff to fall away. Your phone, with some leftover Fae magic from yourself and the Fae Realm, finally picks up that it's back in the mortal realm, and you get a few pings from the group chat that Mika had gotten earlier of Damon and Bobby asking you and Mika where y'all are, if you're okay, did you get away, that sort of thing.
Amity would probably take a long time to look, and then once they did, not respond.
All right. We will leave you up in the clock tower, dealing with what just transpired with Dr. Lila. Mika, you get back to your dorm room, and your sister yanks open the door. She heard your footsteps coming down the hall, and she wraps you in a huge hug.
And Mika hugs her back, kind of leaning in, and just kind of chuckles a little bit and goes, Trish, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I didn't know, okay? There's a lot of weird shit happening.
I know, and at this point, Mika will pull away and kind of step more towards the dorm room. I know, and I'm sorry I didn't text you before. I didn't even think about it, and by the time I thought about it, I was in the Fae Realm, and we were only gone for like 5 minutes there. So I didn't think it was really a big deal. I'd just come home and be like, hey, cool, I went to the Fae Realm. But nope.
You didn't know. Mom and Dad have like drilled it into us that, you don't go with Fae. You don't go into the Fae Realm. You can lose years off your life if you go into the Fae Realm.
Did they give you guys? They give you guys that talk? I never got that talk.
Maybe it's probably because you're like the normal one of us. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. I mean, I didn't think it could be that bad since my friend is a Fae,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good that you went with someone that you trust as much as you can trust a Fae.
I don't know, I'd say they're pretty trustworthy.
I mean, I guess, but they're a Fae. So just be careful. That's all. Fae can be
tricky,
yeah, to say the least.
I know.
Just don't get too involved in it.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Well, I've kind of got to go. I have a lunch planned with some friends. Originally, it was to get my mind off the fact that you were gone. I've been trying to keep it on the down low from Mom and Dad that you were gone.
Oh, shit. I should probably call Mom, shouldn't I?
I mean, I didn't tell them that you were gone. I just told them that you were busy, and Mom was excited that you have friends, so that was good.
Good.
Giving her a call, I think, wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I'll just maybe not mention the Fae Realm thing to her.
I wouldn't. She, if you think I feel weird about Fae, I guess she had some bad experiences. Maybe she had an ex that was a Fae. I don't know. She's weird about the Fae Realm.
Got it.
Just heads up. I wouldn't bring it up. But text Xander. He's been worried about you too. I mean, I let him know that you're okay, but just send him a text, please.
I will.
Don't go into the Fae Realm again, please.
Got it. I won't.
All right. She'll kind of, bump you with her arm instead of giving you another hug in like a, the sibling way of, I love you, but why the fuck would you do that to me? And she will head out.
Alrighty. And as Trish kind of closes the door, Mika would kind of slump down on the floor for a second, just taking in all the craziness that has happened since she returned.
Mm-hmm.
And then she would reach over to her phone, text Xander really quick, because that's important. And then she would reach into her bag and pull out the notebook.
The notebook has been silent since you got back.
Mm-hmm.
But as you pull it out, it starts to vibrate ever so slightly.
And she will flip it open to a new page.
As you do, letters start to appear in the same kind of crooked block lettering that Master Grimm tends to communicate with you in, not the bloody mass of letters that he scared you with, but just kind of the jagged, dark letters that just say, "Is this a good time?"
and Mika will start to laugh a little bit and just write back, "As good a time as any. I found one."
Okay. Will you give me a gaze into the abyss, please?
I will. Okay. We're doing significantly better today, guys. That's a 7 plus dark, which is +1, so that's 8.
Okay. So, success with consequences. So essentially what happens is Master Grimm kind of can't help because he hasn't heard from you. I feel like it's very normal for you to communicate with him at least once a day, or him to communicate with you in some way. Maybe not a vision, but at least you open the notebook. And he hasn't heard from you in 2 days and could not contact you in the Fae Realm as far as you're aware. Don't really know how it works, but your phone didn't work in the Fae Realm, so who knows?
Yeah.
So the visions come hot and fast, skipping all pretenses of the nice fairy tales and straight into the bloody, dark parts of, the fairy tale of Cinderella, when the stepsisters lose parts of their feet and birds peck out their eyes, the bad, just all the bad parts. And then even some of the more nicer fairy tales taking a dark turn. You see what looks to be Goldilocks and the 3 bears, Goldilocks getting devoured, things like that. It happens all in quick succession, and it definitely strikes some fear in you. You can't help it before you are transported to the shadowy, fiery, mainly shadowy realm that Master Grimm exists in. And he is standing there, quite close to you already, waiting expectantly.
And especially with usually she has some time to sort of ease herself into knowing what's coming with the nice fairy tales going into the darker parts. And with this just jarring jolt into everything that's dark and grim and scary, she's already kind of feeling a little anxious, especially with all the rapid succession of everyone being like, "Oh my God, are you okay?"
Yeah.
And for him to be that close, she definitely jumps back a little bit when he appears closer to her than she expected. And is like, and then settles herself, takes a couple breaths, and gives her usual bow. "Master Grimm."
Mika, I haven't heard from you in a while.
I apologize. There were some unexpected turns taken, and I ended up in the Fae Realm for a short time.
Immediately you can tell his interest is piqued. More than, besides when he's giving you tasks, The only thing that has ever like piqued his interest is when you talked about having someone to maybe offer up to him, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
The Fae Realm. And how did you get there?
My friend, well, it was more out of necessity than anything, but we took a short trip with their help to escape some other issues. But that other issue led me to, and she'll reach into her pocket and pull out the feather. This.
He will like reach with his hand that are kind of almost claws of darkness and just shrouded in this. It almost acts as fire, the way the shadows work, with these random like licks of flame.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to almost snatch it and then pauses and just presents his hand, letting a little bit of the darkness fall away to reveal it as close to a human hand as he can conjure for a moment, for you to place the feather in his hand.
And she will place it gently in his hand.
He will close his fingers around it and tuck it into his suit jacket. Just, you've done well. Where did you find it?
On the body of the student, Carter. We found it. And I know you told me last time that it might not be him, but it looked like him. How could it not be?
Perhaps there is more than one body.
And you know this how? Did you put it there?
I have my ways to look into the mortal realm and exert my influence one way or another. You are not the only acolyte I have.
There's another.
There may be several more, there may just be one more. Really doesn't concern you. Except for the fact that it is not enough.
I understand, and I'm working on it, but... And you can see that there's like Mika's face is starting to become conflicted. She's processing all of this wild stuff that's happened that is starting to draw back to Master Grimm, and knowing that there are others does give her some comfort in the sense that she's not the only one that's encountered this being and making deals with it. But at the same time, she's concerned that there are others that might be doing this if it's not directly him that's causing it. And it makes her a little less certain of exactly what's going on with all these strange things. As she kind of looks at him and goes, I know I haven't served you for very long. And I haven't brought anyone yet. I'm working on it. I'm hoping to get a book club started. Draw some people in that way. Similar way I found you in the first place.
I don't believe that's been tried yet. It'll be interesting to see your success, or lack thereof. I will admit, child, I've been lenient with you. I feel a certain draw to you. You are one of my favorites. My acolytes, I would say. And that's why I've been so lenient. But I am losing my patience if you do not at least make an attempt to bring someone soon. However, you did bring me back a feather, which I asked for and needed. And so that will buy you more time if you actually begin to make progress.
And I will make progress. I have been speaking with the boy that I mentioned. He's interested in helping me start the book club. He would be sort of the test of it, I suppose, but I have also located the second feather. But a professor has it. I'm not quite sure how to get it back.
I suppose that is something you will have to figure out.
Yes, Master Grimm.
I need not remind you of what will happen if you don't do what I of you. All of the power you have enjoyed, the protection
I understand.
I give you, it doesn't just go away. I don't like having my time wasted.
I understand. And it won't be a problem.
I have faith in you.
And she kind of smiles at that and says, "Thank you. I will keep you updated on my progress.
And if you need help, you know all you need to do is ask. I do have ways I might be able to assist you at times with most things in your mortal life. So do remember that there's, of course, always a price,
Mm-hmm.
as we've discussed, but
Of course.
I can sometimes help.
I appreciate that. I know you're busy, Master Grimm, but is there any chance that you've found anything in relation to my parents? I know it's been a while since I asked.
Well, I've found some things, but not enough to give you that information yet. There's too many gaps. Your realm has covered it up well. But I haven't forgotten, child.
But it wasn't an accident.
No.
Okay. I'll keep you posted.
I know you will. And with that, he'll kind of go back into the shadows and let you return to yourself. Fairy tales flashing. This time, when it's backwards and does end up with the more dark things into the normal fairy tales, as it normally is now that he knows that you're okay and has heard from you. The normalcy of the routine to have these vision talks with him returns. And you were left sitting in your dorm. The page where he had written, now blank. Yeah.
And as Mika sits there, she kind of just lets all that information sort of sit for a moment. She had suspected when he'd mentioned it, when they first created a pact together, that something was off about the way things happened with her parents when he brought it up as part of their pact. Now that she has confirmation that it was no accident, that her family was essentially stolen from her, and she ended up in this strange family of witches. She's kind of numb for a second, like taking in the information. And then this kind of anger seeps up and this determination to get all the answers. And she immediately reaches over for her phone and opens it up to text Bobby.
Okay. Bobby, you have spent Friday
Moping.
by yourself for the most part.
Yeah.
You said moping. Haven't heard from Jonathan. You haven't heard from Mika or Amity for about a day and a half, in all realness of how the time works out. But you didn't hear from them at all on that Friday. And Saturday morning, the morning of the first day of the full moon, you get a text from Mika.
I definitely have sent, by the way, at least one hey to Jonathan every day. And several hey, what's going ons? Are you dead? To Mika and Amity.
And Mika would first text back, "Hey, I'm not dead. We're fine.
Oh god, you're not dead. Okay, good. What the hell happened?
Well, we were in the Fae Realm for like 5 minutes, and then we came back and it was Saturday.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, except everybody was worried and thought we were missing people number 3 and 4.
Yeah. I mean, when people started going missing, though, like, everyone kind of assumed stuff like that happened. So, I mean, no one should be surprised.
Yeah. Hey, so I need a distraction from all the craziness that just happened. And I know we
Yeah.
had talked about the book club thing. When do you want to get together and, like, talk about starting that?
And then you'll just see, like, keyboard smashing. Yeah, me too.
Oh, awesome. Corvus Cup in an hour?
I'll be there in 20.
Okay, see you soon. Mika will scramble to get things ready.
He's there in 15.
Mika, as you're getting ready, you get a text from Xander that just says, "Thank God."
And she'll text back, like, "I'm surprised you were worried." Like, not necessarily that, but, like, I didn't think you'd be this worried.
And he's just like, "People are dead. You suck, but I love you." In true little brother fashion.
Yes. You suck and I love you too. Don't worry, we'll update you about everything.
Sends a thumbs up. All right, you head to the Corvus Cup. As you're approaching the Corvus Cup, you're like across the street essentially from it. You watch a couple walk out of the door. At first, you see Emily, Damon's sister, and following quickly after her, you see Jonathan. They just seem to be chatting, but they are walking together back towards campus.
Oh. Does he see me?
Are you trying to hide?
No.
He'll be looking around a little bit, and he'll turn and see you, and you'll make eye contact for a split second. And you'll watch as kind of emotions flit over his face. Mainly hurt. But there's some longing, too. Before he turns back and just walks after Emily. Not so much walking with her anymore, but he's walking pretty quickly away from you.
I'm not gonna chase him, but I'm gonna just text him, like, can we please talk?
You do not receive a response at first.
Yeah, I assume that, but...
Amity, are you still ignoring the text messages from the group?
Yes. Amity is spending their time looking for a beetle.
So Bobby, you go into the Corvus Cup?
Yeah, extra mopey now. Yeah, definitely far more sullen.
The lovely lesbian couple that runs it is immediately worried about you, even more so than they were before. Definitely talking to you. But Mika, you quickly get there soon after, and the two of you sit down to have your book club. Amity, you are searching for a beetle. Not just a normal mortal realm beetle. You see those all the time. No, you're looking for a beetle from the Fae Realm. The messengers of the Fae. You remember Auntie Opus telling you that she had sent you some messages. And you know that you have not received any. At first, you don't really notice anything, particularly in the clock tower. You might see some other mortal bugs. Are you going to stay in the clock tower, or are you going to look other places?
What time would it be?
It's about midday on that Saturday, I'd say. Most people are... There's not a ton of people walking around on campus because most people are, holed up in their dorm rooms or out and about in the mortal town, hanging out.
Yeah, they will go out. They will leave. They're hesitant at first, but then the beetle becomes the mission, so they are focused on finding one.
All right. You look for a long while, seeing just mortal beetles, and finally you get back to your dorm room and are still searching for this beetle. And as you do, a beetle from the Fae Realm. They're bigger than most normal beetles. You know a little bit about the mortal realm, so you know that the bugs can vary in size, but for here at least, you know that it's not like a stag beetle, which those can get pretty big. It's just a normal little beetle, but they tend to be bigger in the Fae Realm. Their little wings and I don't really know the parts of a beetle. I don't really know the parts of bugs, but they're like shell type thing that they have is very iridescent and sparkles with colors. There's almost this shimmer to the ones in the Fae Realm. And you see one walking along your windowsill.
I will try to snatch it.
As you go to grab it, it disappears.
Yeah, just looking around to make sure was it obvious that it was just like there 1 second, gone the next, or does it seem like it could have slipped somewhere in a crack or something?
It was there 1 second and is now gone.
They'll look around down the windowsill just in case kind of situation, but basically getting more and more freaked out. And finally they'll pull out their phone and text the group that we need to meet.
All right. Bobby and Mika, you have sat down together and you sat down together at the Corvus Cup.
Yeah, and Mika would kind of set down her bag, set down the coffee that she just ordered, and look at Bobby.
If I
Bobby,
had dog ears, they'd be down.
No.
I was about to say, how obvious is it that you're mopey?
Oh, yeah. It's pathetic and hilarious.
And you'll see the smile that Mika originally had on her face just kind of drops. Bobby, are you okay?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
What happened?
I think I messed things up with Jonathan. I don't know.
Oh.
I was dating him for 10 minutes and now he won't talk to me or answer my calls or look at me.
No.
I don't know what to do. But
Well,
how was the Fae Realm? Was it cool?
It was cool. Scary, a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was gorgeous, but I don't know. All the rules about don't accept things, I was kind of just going off of Amity's cue, and it was really weird not to know what I could and couldn't do.
Yeah, what was Amity like there? How'd you get there, actually? How'd that happen?
Well, Amity had some way of transporting us there.
Huh?
It was almost like vines grew out of the walls. It was really cool, honestly.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
And then we were in a forest, and I met their aunt.
Okay,
Or
clarify
something.
here. So, Amity's real weird. Like an ant? Or like an ant?
Like, aunt is in relative.
Oh, okay. Still clarify here. Bob? Or like a
No, they
lady?
were like a lady.
Okay.
Bobby.
Because it could have been both, I mean.
I mean, that's fair, but I don't know if Fae come in the shape of bugs.
I mean,
I don't
who
know
knows?
much about the Fae Realm, honestly.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's cool. So,
But
what was Amity's aunt like?
Very interested in the arm.
Oh, the arm! Oh, the arm! Right.
Yeah.
Oh, God, a lot's happened in the last couple of days. Well, let me tell you.
Yeah, why were classes canceled?
Oh, Damon's roommate went missing.
Wait, that was Damon's roommate?
Yeah, this whole thing. So yeah, when you guys left, I went off. Oh, I went into Dr. Lila's office and chatted her up while you guys went. Then I came out and met up with Damon, and then that's when I found out about Damon's roommate. Yeah. And then I messed up and thought Damon's roommate was dead, which I just goofed. But I met Damon's sister. And then they went off. Yeah. Oh. But anyways, yeah, so that's yeah, I found out then about Damon's roommate going missing. That's how I found out. Yeah. Dr.
Got
Lyle
it.
told me. And then later on I found out about classes being canceled because of that. Yeah.
While you guys are having this recap discussion, the text from Amity comes in
Oh,
asking to
Oh.
meet.
oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Uh,
should we
oh,
tell them we're here?
Yeah, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
And Mika will text back. Bobby and I are in the Corvus Cup if you want to come by.
No response from Amity. But they will be heading that way as soon as they get the text.
Damon will send a response that says something along the lines of spending time with my sister. I can't make it. I'll catch up with y'all later.
Okay. Huh. Anyways, yeah, lots been going on. And that's another person missing who I do assume is probably dead, because yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so at this point. How long did it take? Like a couple days?
For us to find out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just have to keep an eye out. This is weird. I've never investigated something like this before, but I mean, I feel like we're caught up in it now.
Yeah, I mean, it is cool's the wrong word. Interesting. That's a word. I don't know
not so
what to
cool
make
that
of it.
people are dying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but like fascinating.
Uh-huh.
Also, also probably Dr. Lila's involved. So like who else is gonna sort this out? I feel like we're kind of
That's
obligated.
yeah, that's the concerning part. Like we got
Because like,
back and all of a sudden she really wanted to talk to Amity?
oh, well, Amity seems okay if they're coming, but like, I mean, I'm just making assumptions here, but that body was kind of right there by her office, right? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
crazy here, right?
No, that's definitely a logical assumption. We just need to find proof is the thing.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to the arm? Where you two took it, right? You have it?
Yeah, we don't have it anymore. Amity's aunt has it in the Fae
Uh,
Realm still.
but what? Why?
Um, I think this is bigger than just here.
Well, what do you mean?
She said some things about I don't remember her exact words, but it was like um there was more going on and that she really was worried about us having that arm and wanted to have it. So Amity let her have it.
Oh, you told her about the arm?
Well, it was right there. We couldn't exactly hide it.
Wait, what?
She saw it.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't know what happened in the Fae Realm. Who knows? Okay, whatever. Well, that's a
No,
big old clue kind of lost.
yeah, I tried to get her to tell me more. She just wouldn't budge. Uh, so I don't know. We'll have to see what Amity can do because I feel like she'd be more willing to talk to Amity than me.
Right.
I'm some weird human. It's appeared out of nowhere, but
Yeah. Did you at least get more information?
from her, no. But we're gonna
No?
have to do some more research.
Okay. Well, at
Which
least I guess book club is an excuse to look at books.
absolutely. And I was thinking about putting up some posters and things, but I need some more support than just me to go to the
Yeah,
school board about it.
I
And
I need to get my mind off of stuff. Yeah, I'll help.
yeah, which is why I figured we could start with. I was going to text you beforehand, but you said you were leaving right away. So I didn't get a chance to. But, and she'll reach over into her bag and she will pull out a copy of Grimm's Fairy Tales that seems a bit worn with like a leather bound cover
Oh,
and set it on the table and be like, I figured we could kind of start things off just to sort of test a routine out.
okay.
Um, this was one of my favorite translations of Grimm's fairy tales. It's been one of the things that I've read on and off for a while. I figured trading books, favorite books, might be a good way to get started. So I brought it with me.
Okay. Is this gonna help, like, find out stuff about the like dead body?
Find out about the dead body, no, but it'll definitely be that distraction that you asked for.
All right, sure. Why not?
And Miko will push the copy across the table.
Okay, and
Awesome.
he'll take it. Yeah, sure.
Well, let me know how it is.
Yeah, sure.
But we can definitely run by the library once Amity gets here and look for actual research on some of the stuff that we saw with the body.
Yeah, sure. Okay, and he'll put it in his bag. Yeah, sure.
Awesome. And then until
Amity, what are you doing?
They'd be going to the Corpus Cup. Corpus. Probably
Okay.
running. Still kind of like
All right.
causing a scene.
As is tradition.
The chaos is just following you. Okay. Um, you rush in to the Corvus Cup. It's a small coffee shop, so it's not hard to find where Bobby and Mika are in the coffee shop. Bobby and Mika, you see Amity running in, almost
God.
as if something's chasing them, but it doesn't seem that anything's chasing them.
Hey, you okay?
Is it busy in here? Is the Corpus Cup busy or kind of empty?
About half. It's Saturday around noon, so it's busier than it is like later in the evening. But it's not as busy as when y'all have been there, like in the prime time in the morning.
Amity will stop at the door, kind of realize the causing a ruckus is not what they want to do right now, and then just like stiffly and calmly walk to Mika and Bobby, and sit down, kind of glancing around at everyone, and we'll say, I think Dr. Lila's behind this.
Oh, yeah.
we did talk about that being a possibility. What did she say to you?
A lot. And Amity will kind of spew it all out in a bit of a whisper, trying not to let anyone else hear, really. So they will say, they're having a hard time getting to the Fae Realm, and I just tried, and I can't communicate. And apparently my aunt has been trying to communicate back here, but has been stopped by some force. And then realizing that Bobby doesn't know about the oh crap, was it the Forsaken one? Not the Forsaken one. The Banished one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll sum up that really quick. The Banished one, about the demon realm, baby-born Fae, kind of spewing that all out at Bobby, and finish with, I think Dr. Lila is the demon-born Fae.
Okay. That's a lot, but okay. So, how do we prove it?
Well, Amity looks to Mika, and we have a feather that we can put at the scene of the crime, and I have seen the symbol of that feather on Dr. Orpheus, and I think that he is either in on it, or perhaps someone we can go to who would know more about the feather. That's my next step.
Amity, as you're sitting there, especially as you're explaining the tale of the Banished One to Bobby and to Mika, honestly, because you mentioned it briefly,
Yeah.
but hadn't really told her the story. You start to feel like someone's watching you.
Amity's finally just shuts up and her eyes kind of go wide. They stiffen and kind of, without moving any of their body, just like look around.
You don't seem to see anything out of place in front of you or out of your periphery.
You okay?
We should go somewhere else.
Where?
Anywhere.
I know a couple rooms in the library that are never used.
Okay.
All right, lead the way.
And Mika will start packing up her stuff. And
Amity, do you want a coffee?
No.
Okay.
I think Amity will instantly say no, and then yes, I do. If you are offering coffee, I will take one.
Yeah, you got them last time. Let me get you one.
Thank you.
What do you want? And he'll get you whatever you want.
Coffee?
Okay. He'll get you something sweet.
Sweet.
Ah,
Is coffee normally? Okay.
the entire way to the library. Oh, God.
okay. Bobby, as you go up to get the coffee for Amity, would you remind me of your moves again? If you have like a heightened senses thing, or is that just being a werewolf? Your senses are heightened.
Yeah, so I have like generally heightened senses being a werewolf, but my moves are primal dominance, so when I harm someone, I take a string on them. Which actually I was wondering if I took a string on Jonathan earlier. And then spirit armor, so when I'm in the moonlight, I get that move that helps me keep it cool. And I also reduce harm. And I was thinking of taking heightened senses because I do get to advance. With heightened senses is a special move that lets me have specific heightened senses that let me roll with dark. But I did not take that yet.
I will leave that up to you. Well, yeah, you're a werewolf and it's the day of the full moon, so
yeah.
I will. Your senses are definitely at a peak, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
As you go up to get this coffee for Amity, you kind of get the feeling that something's not entirely right. There seems to be someone or something kind of watching your group, watching you, maybe watching somebody in your group.
And I maybe gaze into the abyss?
Sure. Roll with dark.
Yeah, that didn't go so well, so that's a 4.
Mark experience. Wow, my bad luck when I'm not rolling is rubbing off on my players. I'm so sorry.
Bad for me all night.
So you try to figure out what's going on, if there really is someone watching, or, what's going on, but your senses are so clouded. You're so overwhelmed by the heightened senses anyway, because it's the day of the full moon, along with the fact that your senses are a little bit muted because of the emotional turmoil that you're dealing with everything going on with Jonathan. That you just are left with this eerie feeling of someone watching the group.
I'll just shrug it off, order the coffee, hand it over to Amity. All right, folks, let's go then, I guess.
Absolutely. Amity, you do realize there's more than one flavor of coffee, right?
What?
Here, I got you a maple latte.
Oh, so much sugar. Amity's like already walking fast, and just like drinking more and walking faster.
And Mika will spend the walk to the library explaining like all the different types of coffee that could be ordered at the Corvus Cup.
And these are all considered coffee?
Yeah, there's coffee in it. Yeah, there's espresso, which is the one that's really concentrated. Then that goes in with like steamed milk, and then you add flavors.
So complicated.
Amity, the feeling of being watched does not leave you.
Amity is basically power walking, as trying to like maybe take a more twisty, turvy way to the library to like potentially lose any followers, or even go to like a less crowded area to maybe reveal if someone is following.
The feeling lingers. It's not going away. It's just you feel as if you're being watched.
And
And that continues even as you get to the library.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, if we were actually stopping in, like, a non-crowded area and Amity was trying to, like, move us in a different direction, she'd be like, Amity, it's faster this way, are you okay?
I think someone's watching us.
Oh, you got that sense too?
I can feel it tingling down my spine.
Yeah, I sensed that at the cafe, but I just shook it off. You're still feeling it?
I can't take it off. It won't go away.
Can
Okay.
Mika... At that point, Mika's gonna want to do, like, a gaze into the abyss, or just look around and see if she can see anything, because she's not getting that feeling at all, is she?
Nope, not at this moment, at least.
Okay.
If you want to roll a gaze into the abyss, give me a dark.
Alrighty. Oh, wait. So that's 6 plus 1 for dark is 7. So success with consequences.
Success with consequences. Good stuff. All right. So you look around, you kind of connect back with Master Grimm, essentially. He seems to almost come to you in almost a rage, almost. Because there's something not right around you. You can kind of hear his voice in your head telling you to look out. That something is here and something is wrong. And he can't really see fully what it is. But you need to be careful. And then it hits you all of a sudden. Something is watching all of you. And it feels malicious. And it is coming for you fast.
And in that moment, Bobby and Amity would kind of see the confusion melt away from Mika's face into pure fear as this feeling hits her, essentially like a freight train of this, like, something's wrong, like you're being chased, like this is dangerous. And she is just going to reach out, grab both of their hands, and rush them into the library and into one of the back rooms where she first found that tome that led her to Master Grimm in the first place. The one place where she would feel most protected.
Sorry, go ahead.
What time is it?
It's still about midday.
Okay.
Probably
all right.
a little later. You still got some time.
Bobby has no clue, but I want to know.
Okay. So Mika grabs both of you and rushes you into the library and rushes you to a back corner of the library that neither of you have ever really been in. It's full of like really old, dusty books written in different languages you don't really even know, not just dead languages, but otherworldly languages. It's just, no one really ever goes back here. There's a section that is kind of warded off almost, that you can only get to with like a professor's permission or things. Think the forbidden section in the Harry Potter.
This is where all the witches
of the
go.
library.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some like study rooms in this area, and Mika brings the both of you into one, kind of slamming the door behind the three of you. Yeah, she's pulled you into this room.
What is this part of the library? Holy crap, I've never been over here.
There's a lot of weird books here. I was doing some research last year for something that ended up needing a couple, and no one's ever really bothered me back here. I figured we'd be safe.
We still have that feeling.
Amity and Mika, the feeling is getting worse.
Coming.
Bobby, you haven't lost completely the feeling of being
Yeah.
watched, but it's not getting like any worse for you.
I guess claws out?
Okay.
I've never done this. Not horny? And I've only done that a couple of times, so we're gonna try.
All right. So you partially wolf out and unsheathe your claws.
That was a word choice. Yeah.
Yeah. The three of you are standing there in this room.
Amity is surprised by the change in Bobby and just like watches that.
As soon as Bobby's claws come out, I think Mika would grab for her notebook.
All right. Your notebook is still. There's no response, essentially, from it. I don't know if you're trying to open it, but if you're just holding it, there's no, like, vibrations from it. Master Grimm does not seem to be trying to contact you.
Okay. I think it's more of, like, a comfort thing for her. She's still kind of exploring the limits of her power that he's given her. But this is the closest she feels to that source of power. So knowing that she has it means that she'll have some sort of ability to handle this.
Right.
Whatever it is.
As you all stand there, the lights in this, like, study room begin to flicker. And it feels as if the temperature begins to fluctuate. Not just, like, hot or cold. It seems to be rising and then falling very quickly. And this sense of foreboding falls over the three of you. The lights go out completely, and you are plunged into darkness. In the doorway, a figure appears. It's brightly lit and seems to be kind of covered in robes of this grayish white color. And it seems to have this massive weapon of some sort. It has a hood over. You cannot see its face. It is, like, masked in darkness. And it just kind of comes into the room. And Amity, it is heading straight towards you.
Yikes.
Can I roll to keep my cool? Because if I don't, I will lash out physically.
Go for it.
Wait, hold on. I need to reroll that one. I do not.
All right.
I'm lashing out physically.
Okay. So, Amity, this thing is coming for you. You are unfamiliar with whatever this creature is. Mika and Bobby, it seems similar to what a common depiction of death looks like in common mortal media, except it's not in black. It doesn't quite have a scythe type thing. It's a very weird conglomerate of things for you that you're dealing with right now. Amity, the thing comes towards you. It grips your arms with claws, digging into your skin, and begins to pull you towards it. I would like you to take one harm. Bobby, roll to lash out physically.
Mm-hmm. This is claws and teeth out. That's an 11 plus volatile, which for me is... That's 12.
Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, explain to us what you do then. That is a success, no questions.
Yeah, so I deal them harm, and they choke up momentarily before they can react.
Okay. What does this look like? How do you attack this thing that has a hold of your friend?
Yeah, so I think Bobby, wanting to protect his friend, is, I guess, partially wolfing out. So, like, his claws were already out, his teeth are sharp, his eyes are yellow, and he is slashing at the thing with his claws, and probably actually biting at it, too.
All right.
He's, like, leaping on it. Yeah.
The thing is taken aback. It is clearly surprised with the way it moves. Bobby, as you're leaping on it, you do get a glimpse of a face, this kind of ashen, sunken figures. This is an old being. Mika, as you look at it, it gives you sort of the same sense of ancientness that Master Grimm has to you. This thing is old. It
And
lets
I
go
think-
of you, Amity. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think after Bobby lashing out like that, Mika's kind of knee-jerk response as it releases Amity would be to then grab Amity and put them behind her.
Okay. You get between this thing and Amity. Bobby, you are on this thing, and it is stunned for a moment. Before it kind of whips around, kind of throws you off of it. Pretty hard, too. Kind of probably slams you into the wall to get you off of it. I would like you to take 1 harm.
Yeah.
It goes and shows its, face a little bit. Sunken eyes, almost. There's not really any eyes to it, just pure white as it stares at the 3 of you. And you hear this whisper in your heads of each of you that says, "I'll be coming back for you." And it is eerie and echoing throughout your head. And suddenly the lights come back on and the thing has disappeared. And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Can I just say one thing first?
Go ahead.
On that note, I enter my darkest self.
Okay.
And I transform into a terrifying wolf creature. Before the moon, I crave power and dominance, and those are earned through bloodshed. So I will run out of the room to try to chase after whatever the hell that thing was, and probably damage the library as I run out of the building, and probably into the woods.
So Amity and Mika, this thing disappears. You hear this echoing in your head. Bobby, you hear it too, and it just drives you straight into your wolf form. It's too close to the full moon. There's been too much lately.
Yeah.
You transform into your wolf self, full werewolf. Mika and Amity, you watch as your friend transforms fully into a terrifying beast, a werewolf, and runs out of this study room. You are left standing there, except for Bobby turning into a werewolf. Everything seems normal. And that is where we will end the session for tonight.
Ah!
Thank you so much, everyone. I thank you, Heroes and Hooligans, for the raid. It means so much. Sorry I didn't say it during the stream. I didn't want to interrupt the flow of things, but thank you so much. Thank you to every single person that has been watching. We appreciate you so much. I have been your Mistress of Ceremonies, Abby Marie Carter. I'm an LA-based aspiring actress and writer and all-around huge nerd, TTRPG nerd, really a nerd in every sense of the word. If you want to see more of what I do, I am in the Facet every Monday here on Mistress Winter's Court. I play a character named Ahira, who is a doll come to life, who goes through a lot of emotional turmoil and likes to stab people with a needle spear. So if you're interested in that, please come check it out. I am also on the OKSDM YouTube channel with a Sagas playtest called Grim. Episode 1 was 2 weeks ago and is up on the YouTube channel. Episode 2 will be on Saturday, and Stouffer plays in that campaign with me.
Yeah.
Yes! OKSDM is in the chat. Hi, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis.
So good to have you here. So please come check that out. Also check out everything that is happening with the Sagas playtest. It is a super cool new system that Dennis has created. It's really wonderful. Please go pick up the beta test and watch all the other fun games that have been happening. Some are one-shots, some are mini campaigns. Please go check it out. That's pretty much me. Now to my wonderful cast. Emma, let's start with you.
Oh boy. Hi everyone. I'm Emma. I played Mika tonight. I hope you had a blast watching us go through all these crazy shenanigans. But you can find me. I am an aspiring voice actress and the founder and creative director of Tabletop Tailspinners Network, a TTRPG podcast network that has one show called Chronicles of Kriath that I DM that releases every other Sunday. And I will also be in a Sagas playtest coming up, which is super exciting. I will be in one called Pokepocalypse, which will be on August 13th. So if you want to see that one shot and what craziness we get to in the post-apocalyptic Pokemon world, definitely tune in for that one. But yeah, that's about where I am at the moment.
Yes, thank you so much, Emma. And as always, it is so wonderful to have you here and have you explore Mika. Juicy, let's go to you.
Hi, yes, I'm Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen and super nerd. You can find me here every Thursday, of course. You can find me on the twitter.com at Juicy Garland, on Instagram at juicy.garland. You can find me on Friday evenings, most of them, or many of them, at Cybernation Uncensored, playing Cyberpunk Red. And you can find me on a whole bunch of different one-shots here and there. Just keep attention on my Twitter, and you'll see me posting stuff. And you can find me, actually, this weekend in Concord, New Hampshire. I am actually performing at Teetotaler and actually hosting a drag event there. So I perform in and around Boston as well, live. So I'm on the internet and in person.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Juicy. Always wonderful to have you. And last but certainly not least, Stoffer.
Hi, I'm Stoffer. I have been playing Amity, and I can be found in Mistress Winter's Court, or if you're in Dennis's Sagas Discord. And as Abby said, we'll be playing in Saturday's Sagas game.
Yes, thank you so much, Stoffer. Yes, thank you so much to everyone that has watched. And thank you so much to Winter for being our producer and running all of the tech.
Yes.
She made the intro video. She helps me when I flounder or if I feel like I need help at all. She does all the music and everything.
So don't.
It's still nice to have. But yes, thank you so much, Winter. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Abby. Another amazing session with some awesome action right there at the end that I am excited to see more of. I have been your producer and technical director, Mistress Winter. You can find me at gmistresswinter on Twitter and Instagram. I am currently a DC-ish located writer, aspiring voice actress, graphic designer, and all-around TTRPG hobbyist. I, too, am going to be running Sagas for the OKSDM, and it's going to actually happen right here on this channel toward the end of August. I am running a 3-part Horizon Zero Dawn campaign. It is going to be absolutely fabulous. I am also working with Emma in the Tabletop Tailspinners Network. We are producing a Monster Hearts podcast. More information to come there. But until then, I hope that you will all come back in a couple of Thursdays and see the next episode of Ravenwood. Thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful night, great weekend, and we will see you soon.